Hi everyone, welcome to the next session of design and drawing of reinforced concrete structure. In last class, we solved the one problem on analysis of doubly reinforced beam. In today's class, we will see one more problem, calculation of moment of resistance for the doubly reinforced beam. Here first I will read the problem. After that we will solve the problem based on the different type of analysis steps procedure. I am reading the problem slowly. A doubly reinforced rectangular concrete beam has a width of 300 mm and an effective depth of 500 mm. The beam is reinforced with 2200 mm square of steel in tension and 1628 mm square of steel in compression. The effective cover for the compression of steel is 50 mm. Assume that both tension and compression steel are going to be yield. The grade of concrete for this doubly reinforced beam as M20 grade and the grade of steel is Fe250. So if you observe here, the grade of steel for this doubly reinforced beam given in the problem, it is as Fe250 Newton per mm square respectively. The stress block parameter rounded off to first two decimal places for concrete shall be taken as IS456 2000. For this, calculate the depth of the neutral axis as well as calculate the moment of resistance for this problem. These are the design parameters or analysis parameters given in the problem. I have already mentioned here. If you see here, what they asked for this problem means, if you see here, they given the one rectangular beam. For this rectangular beam having width of the beam equal to 300 mm, effective depth of the beam equal to 500 mm, as well as this steel, they are given the effective cover as 50 mm, and number of bars, they are not just mentioned any number of bars for this particular analysis problem. For easy representation, I have shown the bar diameter. You need not to draw these bars also. The area of the steel given in the compression phase ASC as 628 mm square, as well as the area of steel given in the tension phase area of steel AST equal to 220 mm square. For this, we have to calculate the how much amount of resistance this beam can carry, that we have to calculate. Already we have solved the one problem. The same procedure also we are adapting for this problem also. First we have to calculate the limiting depth of the neutral axis. Later we have to calculate the actual depth of the neutral axis based on comparison of the section. The section is either balanced section, under reinforced section, over reinforced section. After calculation, comparison of the sections, we have to calculate the moment of resistance for this particular beam. Again, I am writing here the area of the steel and area of the steel given in the compression phase. Area of the steel given in the compression phase ASC equal to 628 mm square. 628 mm square, as well as area of the steel given in the tension phase as 2200 mm square. Area of the steel given in the tension phase AST equal to 2200 mm square. These are the steps given in the problem. First, we have to calculate the limiting depth of the neutral axis. The step 1 is calculation of maximum depth of the neutral axis. You can write either limiting depth of the neutral axis. You can write, I am writing calculation of limiting depth of neutral axis. Calculation of limiting depth of the neutral axis. If you observe in your code book also they are mentioned how to calculate the limiting depth of the neutral axis or XU max for different types of grades of steel. If you observe, for Fe250 grade, the limiting depth of the neutral axis is 0.53 D. For Fe415, 0.48 into D. For Fe500, 0.46 into D. Always you have to remember this value, how much characteristic strength of steel they are given in the problem. In many conditions, they will give Fe415 grade. For in some tricky position, in some condition, they will ask to calculate for FE 250 grade also. You should have to always check this both FCK and FY value for the different type of problems. First I am writing here this XU max or XU limit. XU limit equal to limiting depth of the neutral axis equal to neutral axis constant K into effective depth of the beam D. Neutral axis constant K into effective depth of the beam. For given in this problem, the effective depth of the beam as the effective depth of the beam for given in the problem neutral axis stands for FE 250 grade. For FE 250 grade, we are having the neutral axis constant as 0.53 times of D. Suppose if they are given in the problem as FE 415, in those conditions you should have to substitute the 0.48 instead of 0.53. Okay, 0.53 into where D is the effective depth of the beam they are given in the problem. The effective depth of the beam they are given in the problem it as 500. I am writing this value as 500. Now I am calculating this limiting depth of the neutral axis. That means 0.53 into effective depth as 500. Okay, I am getting this limiting depth or maximum depth of the neutral axis as 265.0 mm or 265.0 mm. This XU limit we are getting it as XU limit we are getting as 265.0. Now we have to calculate the actual depth of the neutral axis. Step number 2. Step number 2, we have to calculate the actual depth of the neutral axis. I am writing here actual depth of the neutral axis. For this actual depth of the neutral axis, we are having the formula total compressive force equal to total tensile force. To calculate how much depth the concrete is taking compression and how much depth the concrete is taking tension, that we have to calculate by using the total compressive force equal to total tensile force for a doubly reinforced beam. That means total compressive force equal to total tensile force. Already for doubly reinforced beam we know the total compressive force formula, that is nothing but force into lever. That force in total compressive force equal to total tensile force. The total compressive force is equal to 0.36 into FCK into B into XU plus ASC into FSC minus 0.446 into FCK. 0.446 into FCK. This is the formula for total compressive force for a doubly reinforced beam. In case where you are taking the total compressive force equal to total tensile force, only you have to take the value of compression force, only this value 0.36 into FCK into BXU. This is for doubly reinforced beam, and so we have to introduce one more term, that is nothing but ASC into FSC minus 0.446 into FC. This is the total compressive force value. Next we have to calculate the total tensile force value. The total tensile force value is nothing but 0.87 into Fy into AST. 0.87 into Fy into AST. This is the total tensile force. If you see here in this above problem, we know the FCK value, we know the B value, we have to calculate the XU value. Area of this steel in compression phase they are given in the problem, it has 628 mm square, and FSC we don't know. FSC value we have to calculate, where FCK we know 0.87, Fy area of the steel, all parameters we have to know. FSC we have to calculate. How we have to calculate FSC means this term also they are given in the problem, they are given in the code book IS 456 2000 page number 96. FSC equal to 0.0035 into 1 minus D dash by XU max. This is the formula, this is the value you have to take in from the IS 456 code book. Okay, I am writing this FSC formula here. FSC equal to 0.0035 into 1 minus D dash by XU max. XU max. Based on this FSC value from IS 456 code book, we have to take the stress in steel in compression zone. How much amount of stress is taken by the steel in the compression phase, that we have to calculate. Again, if you see here, for our problem, they are mentioned the grade of steel as Fe 250 grade. Always you should have to ensure that the FSC value, it should not be greater than 0.87 into FSC. For different types of grades of steel while you are calculating, should have to ensure that it should not be greater than 0.87 into F5. For Fe 250 grade, always we have to calculate the FSC value by substituting 0.87 into Fa. If they are given in the problem characteristic strength of the steel as Fe 250 grade, in those conditions directly we have to use the value as FSC as 0.87 into F5. Now I will substitute the all parameters. Later we will calculate the actual depth of the neutral axe. This actual depth of the neutral axe I want to calculate. What I am doing means, simply I am taking this ASC into FSC minus 0.446 FCK to that side. Again I am dividing with 0.36 into FCK. Directly I am writing the formula XU equal to 0.87 into Fy into AST, 0.87 into Fy into AST, minus I am bringing this ASC value to that right side. That is nothing but ASC into FSC minus 0.446 into FCK divided by total. In left side we are having this value as 0.36 into FCK into B. That term I am writing here, 0.36 into FCK into B. This is the value. Now we will substitute all the given problems. We will calculate the actual depth of the neutral axe. I am writing all the given parameters. That is nothing but 0.87 into, where Fy is the yield strength of the steel they are given in the problem. That yield strength of the steel they are given in the problem as 250 Newton per mm square. Always I am saying that you should have to know exactly, you have to see the grade of steel, what grade of steel they are given in the problem. Otherwise your entire problem they will make it as wrong. 0.87 into Fy it has 250 into, as well as area of the steel they are given in for a tension phase. Area of the steel for tension phase they are given in the problem it as 2200. That means 2200 minus ASC is nothing but the area of the steel in compression phase. Area of the steel in compression phase they are given as 628 mm square. That means 628 into FSC value. Already I have told that FSC value should have to use for Fe 250 grade 0.87 into Fy. Again this FSC value it should not be greater than this is 0.87 into Fy. For given the grade of steel as 250 Newton per mm square, hence directly you can substitute this value as 0.87 into Fy. That means 0.87 into Fy as 250 Newton per mm square minus 0.446 into FCK value they are given in the problem as 20. 0.446 into FCK they are given in the problem as 20. Okay, divided by we are having the value as 0.36 into FCK value they are given in the problem as 20 into width of the beam they are given in the problem it as 300 mm. Width of the beam equal to 300 mm. If you calculate the XU value by using your calc, you will get your entire results. Okay, the XU value we are getting as, I am also calculating this value, 0.87 into 250 into 2200 minus 628 into 0.87 into 250 minus 0.446 into FCK as 20. Okay, divided by 0.36 into FCK 20 into B 300 mm. Okay, I am getting this XU value as 160.80 mm. Okay, I am getting this XU value as 160.88 mm. We have calculated the limiting depth of the neutral axis, as well as we have calculated the actual depth of the neutral axis. The next step is comparison of the XU value and XU limit value. Now I am writing here the third step is step number 3. I am writing here step number 3. Step number 3, what we are having? We are having the comparison of XU and XU limit. Step number 3, compare XU and XU limit. Compare XU and XU limit. If you see here, XU value, XU limit value we are getting from this problem. This XU limit value we are having, XU limit equal to, we are having this value as 265.0 mm. XU limit value we are having 265.0 mm. Again, if you see here, XU equal to 160.88 mm. If you observe in this diagram, XU limit is less than XU value. That means XU is less than the XU limit value. XU is less than XU limit. Hence the section is under reinforced section. For this under reinforced section, we have to calculate the moment of resistance. Hence the section is under reinforced section. Hence the section is under reinforced section. Okay, for this we have to calculate the moment of resistance. For this we have to calculate the moment of resistance. I'll write the moment of resistance. Step number 4. If you see here, the same procedure they will ask in our examination. The only thing is you have to remember all the formulas. They will give the any 3 parameters. They will ask to calculate the 4th parameter. Either you have to calculate the area of the steel, or you have to calculate the moment of resistance, or you have to calculate the comparison of the section. Those steps we have to remember. Okay, step number 4 we are having. Okay, the step number 4. Step number 4. Calculation of moment of resistance. Step number 4 we are having calculation of moment of resistance. This calculation of moment of resistance you can calculate for the tension zone as well as we can calculate for a compression phase. The same values you will get for the both compression phase as well as tension phase as the same values. Now I am writing the formula here. Moment of resistance calculation for compression phase. If you calculate moment of resistance for tension phase also you will get, but for moment of resistance while calculating the tension phase we are having the formula 0.87 into Fy into AST1 into T minus 0.42 XU plus 0.87 into Fy AST into D minus D dash. But here AST1 value, AST2 value we don't have, hence we can calculate the moment of resistance for a compression. We can also get the AST1 AS2 value, but it is simple procedure. That moment of resistance equal to total compressive force into lever arm, that is nothing but 0.36 into FCK into B into XU D minus 0.42 into XU. This is the moment capacity for the singly reinforced beam section, or this is the limiting moment. Up to now the beam can carry some certain load. For this extension we have to provide the steel reinforcement in the concrete. That value we are taking as this moment of resistance is nothing but ASC into FSC minus 0.446 into FCK, 0.446 into FCK, D minus D dash, D minus d dash. This is the formula for moment of resistance for compression. Okay, now I am substituting the all the given parameters for this above equation. We know the FCK value, width of the beam, XU value, and FCK, D, and effective depth of the beam. If you substitute all these parameters, you will get the moment of resistance for the compression phase. I am substituting the parameters. 0.36 into FCK value they are given in the problem as 20 into width of the beam they are given in the mentioned in the problem as 300 into actual depth of the neutral axis. We have calculated for already we know balanced section, under reinforced section, over reinforced section. Suppose if you are getting your beam as comparison of the beam as balanced section, instead of XU we should have to use XU max. As well as if it is over reinforced section, instead of XU over reinforced section we won't design, but we will design it as a balanced section. In those conditions also we will use instead of XU as XU max. For our particular this condition we are having the beam as under reinforced. For under reinforced beam we have to take the exact value as XU. Okay, that is nothing but 0.36 into FCK 20 width of the beam, and XU actual depth of the neutral axis we are having 160.88 into D minus 0.42 XU, where D is the effective depth of the beam. They are mentioned in the problem that the effective depth of the beam equal to 500 minus where D dash is the effective cover provided to the reinforcement. That effective cover they are given the problem as 50. Okay, this is the limiting moment capacity of the section. As well as next we are having the ASC value, area of the steel in the compression phase, they are given as 628 mm square. That is nothing but 628 into FSC value. FSC value, what we have to take the FSC value as 0.87 into again I am writing here 0.87 into F5, where this value as 250 Newton per mm square, minus 0.446 into FCK value, the grade of concrete as 20 Newton per mm square. That FCK value is 20 into D minus D dash into lever arm distance, total effective depth minus effective cover, that is nothing but 500 minus 50. 500 minus 50. If you calculate the moment of resistance for compression, okay, if you calculate the moment of resistance for compression, you get the value 0.36 into 20 into 300 into 160.88 into 500. Sorry, if you see here D minus 0.42 XU, instead of I have written here as D dash value, D minus 0.42 into XU, that means 500 minus 0.42 into XU value as 160.88. You have to correct this. For lever arm we are having 0.36 into FCK into B into XU, 0.36 FCK B XU, D minus 500 minus 0.42 into XU, 0.42 into XU, that you have to neglect, plus ASC 628, FSC 0.87 into F5 minus 0.446 into FCK as 20, D minus D dash. Here you have to write this lever arm. Okay, again I am calculating 0.36 into 20 into 300 into 160.88 into 500 minus 0.42 into XU 160.88. okay, plus next we are having 628 into 0.87 into 250 minus 0.446 into 20 into 500 minus 50. Okay, I am getting this moment of resistance for compression phase as 209.30. I am getting this value as 209.21 kilonewton meter, 209.21 kilonewton meter. Otherwise, if you want to mention in newton per mm, that value it will be 209.214 mm, 617 newton per mm. You can mention these values either in mm, or you can mention these values either in kilonewton meter. Up to now, this is the one more problem, analysis of doubly reinforced beam for calculating the moment of resistance. In some conditions, they will ask to calculate this AC value or area of the steel 1 or area of the steel 2. In those conditions, by using this FSC greater than equal to 0.87, have to calculate the different AST1 value, different AST2 value. Up to now, this is the problem expression for calculation of analysis of doubly reinforced beam. For such type of problems, calculation of moment of resistance, first you have to calculate the limiting depth. Second, you have to calculate the actual depth of the neutral axis. Third step, you have to calculate or compare the section as either under reinforced, over reinforced or balanced section. Fourth step, you have to calculate the moment of resistance. That means if you design the beam as 300 mm width and 500 mm as effective depth, and providing the 628 mm square area of steel in compression, 2200 area of steel in tension phase, the beam can resist the moment of 209.21 kilonewton meter. This is the problem up to now. In next class, we will see one more problem for this concept. Thank you.